Is Tobey Maguire the best Spider-Man? Let's talk about it. What's up, guys? This is Far From Blake, and today I am starting a three-part, kind of four-part series of breaking down who is the best Spider-Man. I know the video says Tobey Maguire is the best Spider-Man. That's what this video is going to be about, but I'm going to be attacking it from an angle you're probably not expecting. This video, I am going to be making arguments on the behalf of a Tobey Maguire fan, saying my reasons why Tobey Maguire is the best Spider-Man. After this video, I'm going to make a same kind of video for Andrew Garfield, where I'm going to defend Andrew Garfield as the best Spider-Man. And after that, I will do Tom Holland as why he is the best Spider-Man. All concluding or building up to my actual opinion of who is the best Spider-Man. So, as of right now, this is for the Tobey fans, and I'm going to make the case of why Tobey Maguire is the best Spider-Man. Okay, first and foremost, Tobey is the OG. Plain and simple. I'm sorry, I know some people are going to say, oh, that's nostalgia. Tobey is the OG Spider-Man. I know there's technically another Spider-Man or two beforehand, but I'm sorry, they don't really count. Tobey is what actually is the first Spider-Man. That's why they only ever include those three in discussions. Tobey, Andrew, Tom. Tobey's the OG. And no, it's not just nostalgia of why Tobey Maguire is the GOAT. Yes, nostalgia 100% plays a factor, but I hate how people say nostalgia is like a bad thing. I think nostalgia is a powerful thing. And I think that if nostalgia plays so heavy that it still impacts so many lives and creates new fans for new generations, that's an important thing. If it's not nostalgic, that probably means it's not that good over time. Now, a lot of people's arguments are Tobey is the best Peter Parker, but he's not the best Spider-Man. Andrew's the best Spider-Man, and Tom is the best blend of both. There was a point where I believed that. That's where I would say, yeah, I get that. That was my first initial idea. And it almost diminishes Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man. But here's the thing. I think Peter Parker is such an essential character with Spider-Man. It's yin and yang. They have to both be good, or your Spider-Man's not good. So when I say Tobey's the best Spider-Man, I do include his Peter Parker, because that's a huge part of the character. It's him. And with that said, Tobey still does have plenty of quips, plenty of funny moments as Spider-Man throughout the trilogy. And that's the key word, trilogy. One thing that makes Tobey Maguire the best Spider-Man is he has an actual complete trilogy. Yes, Tom has 3 movies, but it's not really a unified trilogy contained Spider-Man story. Tom has more of a MCU pick and choose your adventure with Doctor Strange here. You know, the return of Spider-Man's elsewhere. You have Iron Man showing up in one. Like, it's different. It has Nick Fury. Tobey's Spider-Man is a classic Spider-Man story, kicking us off with the best origin comic book movie of all time in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 1, 2002. So iconic, so legendary. And one thing that I love about Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man that is a positive on my end is that he has organic webs. Organic webs. Yes. I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, in the comics, he has web shooters, and that's why they wanted to switch it up with Andrew and Tom, even though Tom might be alluding to things in Brand New Day. We'll see. But to me, I don't care what the comics say. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the comic purists. Tobey Maguire, or not Tobey Maguire, but just Spider-Man himself, to me, just makes way more sense having organic webs. Because if you get the powers of a spider, right? And you're getting everything else, the coolest part is having the webs. If he has to invent his own webs, you have to be insanely smart to do that. And the whole point of Spider-Man was it could be anybody that could get the powers of Spider-Man, right? Anyone could be Spider-Man. He just happened to be chosen in that moment by being bit by the spider. If you have to create your own webs, you also have to be a genius. And most people aren't going to come up with the idea to make web shooters and be able to pull that off. And there's a lot of problematic things with the web shooters where it's Andrew, you know, if his thing gets electrocuted, he's screwed, right? Same with Tom, right? Even though he has the Iron Man tech and all that stuff. Tobey's webs can't run out unless he has an existential crisis, which is something they talk about in No Way Home. They are amazed by the idea that he can shoot webs on his coming out of his actual body. To me, that makes him the real Spider-Man because he's actually a Spider-Man. If someone damages Tom or Andrew's web shooters, he's screwed. Like, if they lose both of theirs, what are they supposed to do? They can't do what they do. They can't be Spider-Man swinging from webs and webbing people up and saving people. The whole thing that makes people like Spider-Man in fight sequences is web swinging. That's a huge part. So them losing the web shooters and having to refill without that ever being an issue is very problematic. And as I was saying before with the trilogy aspect, the movies play a factor. As you want to pick your favorite Spider-Man, you have to look at the culmination of the story that they are in. And Tobey, kicking off with the classic origin story, done the best way, leading into one of the greatest, not just comic book movies, but superhero movies and movies in general in Spider-Man 2. And then leaving us off with an overhated Spider-Man 3. There was one point I started to not like it too. That's what everyone else was saying. I get it. But I got to see Spider-Man 3 twice in re-releases back in 2024 and early 2025. And I'm not going to lie, I saw every Spider-Man movie in theaters on the re-release 2 years ago. Spider-Man 3 was the one I had the most fun with and the best theater experience. It's an absolute blast. It's awesome. Tobey is just personified aura. He is the aura Spider-Man. So many iconic and legendary moments throughout the trilogy. Danny Elfman's score enhances Tobey's web swinging scenes dramatically and makes him just, you feel the weight of the hero-ness of Spider-Man in Tobey Maguire's trilogy. You just do. Tobey's got the best rogues gallery. He's got the most classic Spider-Man villains. Tom gets a taste of them, right, technically, right? But that's kind of a disqualification for Tom. He had to get Tobey's Spider-Man to make his greatest villain, which just shows how great Willem Dafoe is, right? As Green Goblin, you have Doc Ock, right? Alfred Molina. There's some problems with Venom, right? With Eric Foreman from That 70s Show in there, but he was presented as basically a counterpart to Peter Parker. He was a very similar version of Peter Parker, whatever, right? You can nitpick Spider-Man 3 all you want, but it still has a lot of great legendary moments, and it has a beautiful, beautiful send-off to cap off the trilogy. Even if the movie is a little of a chaotic mess to some degree throughout it. But Spider-Man 1 and 2 are perfect. And to me, Spider-Man 3, I had the best theater experience out of the three of them in the re-release, out of all the Spider-Man movies, all the live-action Spider-Man movies. It's so much fun. It's so funny. Tobey's aura as Bully Maguire is great. I absolutely love it. Some people think it's cheesy. It's supposed to be. That's the idea, is that Tobey is just a cheesy Peter Parker who just loves the girl that he loves throughout this trilogy, and that's all he wants. He wants to be a normal person just like you and me. You see the struggles of him being Peter Parker and trying to be Spider-Man in Spider-Man 2, right? Trying to balance both of them and come to grips with the idea, the overall message of who Spider-Man is. With great power comes great responsibility. Speaking of Tobey aura, his Spider-Man suit is just very legendary, very iconic, and there's all the critiques of Spider-Man 3, but that black Spider-Man suit with him flexing on top of that building, so legendary. Tobey Spider-Man, he's just got an image to him where you see his Spider-Man suit and you go, that's Spider-Man. That is Spider-Man. And more than every other Spider-Man, because of OG-ness, because of nostalgia, you can point and look at Tobey Spider-Man and go, yeah, that's him. That is my Spider-Man. And finally, nobody displays with great power comes great responsibility more than Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. The overall arching theme of Spider-Man, Tobey does it the best. Okay, I'm going to conclude here. That is my overarching reasons of why Tobey Maguire is the GOAT. He is the greatest Spider-Man of all time. If you disagree, leave a comment down below and tell me why Tobey isn't the GOAT in your opinion. Be nice in the comments. Again, I'm going to make more videos, so If you love Andrew, if you love Tom, stick around because I'm going to make a case for each one of them. And subscribe because it's going to build to my actual full opinion where I'm going to talk about all three and I'm going to discuss who is the best Spider-Man. But for this video, I made the claim, clear as day, that Tobey Maguire is the best Spider-Man. If Tobey is your favorite Spider-Man, leave a comment down below and let's talk Spider-Man. Alright, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.